Hello everyone, my name is Caitlin and welcome back to my channel. So if you read the title, you're probably thinking to yourself, Caitlin, there's no way there's that many Disney Channel episodes where a quarantine was involved, and you would be correct. I only was able to find one. But I was thinking to myself, basically every single show in existence has like a scene or something where somebody gets stuck somewhere, and that's kind of like us. And so I picked my top 10 favorite Disney Channel live action episodes where somebody's stuck somewhere and I ranked them. And so that's what we're doing today. Let's just jump right into it.
Cory, Newt stashed it in here.
Newt! What are you doing?
Working out. I think I pulled my freakazoid. Oh. Oh yeah, it's full. Oh yeah.
Man, get out of this thing, man. The Rock is gonna be here any minute. Let's get this thing out of here or we're gonna miss our shot.
Wait, why don't we do the presentation that I hid?
In a storage closet? Because it looks like we have something to hide. Now, can we cover it up, sneak into the hallway, and ease it into that other room? Okay, good. All right, here we go.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's going along good. All right, go. Push.
It's stuck. Newt, how did you even get it in here?
I don't know. It fit fine without the cover on.
Well, then let's get the cover off.
Okay.
Ah, it's stuck too.
Do you know what else is stuck? Us!
You're not stuck, okay? Y'all back on up. Let me show y'all how I do, all right? You know, I gotta stretch because I don't want to pull nothing. You're stuck.
So Cory in the House might not be on Disney Plus, but that's okay because you can just do what I did, which is I went on Amazon and ordered the Cory in the House All-Star Edition DVD, which includes this awesome episode, and I have no regrets. It came in Prime the next day and I had a good time watching Cory in the House. Yeah, honestly, this episode is good. Like, jokes aside, it's a good episode. It's actually one of the main Cory in the House episodes that's like stuck in my brain all this time, so like it must be good because I've been able to remember the fact that everybody gets trapped in this closet except for America's Angel, and she gets to have a tea party with The Rock. So yeah, what's not to love? Would recommend. It was only like $8 on Amazon, so yeah, check it out.
Hello?
PJ?
Teddy, what happened to you? I went to the thrift store and you weren't there.
Yeah, I'm locked in the back of a truck.
Ooh, this is cute. Who would throw this out?
What? Teddy, I can't hear you. Try going outside, see if you get better reception.
Wait, no, if I could go outside, I wouldn't have to call you.
Okay, I have an idea. Why don't I go outside? Can I hear you now?
I'm locked in the back of a truck.
Locked in the back of a truck? Teddy, how could you be so stupid? Forget that question. I gotta go.
Wait, no, wait, don't.
Yeah. Charlie? Hi. Can you open the door for me? Charlie, come here. Charlie, where you going? Charlie? Can you come here? Oh, that girl, a little closer. Charlie, no, Charlie, no, not the food. Charlie, please come here. Charlie, hi. Come here. Yes. That a girl, a little closer. Oh. So you can do that, but you can't open a door?
So I feel like this episode is another classic. The main reason why I have it a little bit farther back is because I feel like the stakes aren't as high. Like, I'm not really as scared for the characters because it's more of a comedic situation than anything else. And they get out of these situations pretty easy. Like, Teddy just like gets out of the truck when it stops, and then PJ just ends up climbing through a window. But overall, the episode is quite funny, and I really like that they're both stuck somewhere at the same time. Like, it adds a little something extra to it. And now that I'm thinking of it, it's kind of funny that Jason Dolly's character is the reason why he's stuck somewhere in both of these last two episodes, which I never really thought about. Like, Newt and PJ are basically the same character, which is kind of funny, but Jason Dolly plays them both really well, so that's probably why.
No tengo mucho tiempo para ensayar porque me tengo que ir al shopping, así que háganlo bien. ¿Dónde está el micrófono?
En la pecera.
¿Y qué haces ahí que no lo vas a buscar?
No puedo, estoy haciendo esto. Y yo estoy con esto.
¿Tan inútiles son que no sirven para hacer dos cosas?
No.
Hola.
Me dijo Lena que me estabas buscando.
¿Yo? No, es más, me tengo que ir, vine a buscar el micrófono, pero veo que no está.
¿Pasa algo?
No puedo ir.
Déjame a mí. ¿Puedo?
Sí.
No tengo buenas noticias. Creo que estamos encerrados. Vení. Te quiero preguntar una cosa.
Que no me mires así, me pones nerviosa.
Perdona, es que me das mucha curiosidad.
Sí, igual no hay mucho que saber de mí, ¿eh? Yo soy una supernova y eso.
Es que no me gustan las supernovas. Solo me gustan cuando se forman a partir de una estrella binaria. ¿Sabes qué es una estrella binaria? Las estrellas binarias van por el universo, como bailando una alrededor de otra, brillando juntas. No suelen ser estrellas gigantes, solo chicas o medianas. Pero el brillo de las dos es mayor por estar juntas. Generalmente una muere primero y deja de brillar, pero sigue al lado de su compañera en ese baile estelar, hasta que le llegue la hora a la segunda, que se expande tratando de no morir.
¿Y entonces qué pasa?
Nace una supernova, nacida de las uniones de las dos estrellas.
No encontramos al conserje. ¿Están bien?
Sí.
Sí, ¿por qué tardaron 2 horas en venir a abrirnos? ¿Qué miran?
So I feel like this is such a classic telenovela trope where you have like the main ship getting stuck somewhere and then they almost kiss when the door opens, and it's just such a good moment. And this one in particular I just feel like is a classic from Violetta. There actually is a few moments I think where people are stuck somewhere, like there's the one in season 1 with Violetta and Tomas, but I think we can all agree that Fede and Ludmilla are just such a better ship, and so I had to include this scene instead. Now that I'm thinking of it, there's also that scene with Violetta and Leon in season 3 where they're stuck in the hot air balloon. But I feel like that's different. You know, like getting trapped in a room has a different sort of vibe than getting trapped in a hot air balloon. Almost like a worse vibe, like a more dangerous vibe. Anyways, I'm happy I included this scene because I really like Fede and Ludmilla. They're definitely one of my favorite ships from Violetta. And also just both of these episodes overall are so good. There's so many good plot lines going on. Like with Violetta and Diego where she buys him the guitar, and with Camilla and what was his name? Seba, where she's like doing her like scrapbook of boys, but then she meets Seba and they're like low-key such a good ship and should have been endgame. Just kind of like Violetta and Diego, but we'll save that opinion for another video. But as far as Fede and Ludmilla are concerned, I think this scene's really good, and I really like how we get to see more of like Ludmilla's sort of softer side. Like this is kind of the beginning of their relationship, and yeah, I like their relationship. They were really cute.
That this is just a little joke that you play on all the new volunteers. Please?
Hey, so how's my little quarantine teenager?
She's going tired of being stuck in here. Do you have any more information?
Oh, so here's the good news. There is absolutely no chance you have that highly contagious thingy you're being quarantined for.
Oh, that's great news. So I can leave?
Of course you can leave in 60 hours. After we get the lab results that prove that the good news is really good news. Hospital rules.
Wait, so I'm gonna miss 3 days of school? This is a disaster. I had 2 tests tomorrow that I was really looking forward to.
Well, you'll have plenty of tests in here to keep you busy.
Fine. Guess I'll just consider this a pop whiz.
That is a good one, honey.
Thanks, I'll be here all week. Literally.
So here's the quarantine episode I was able to find. But if any of you guys can remember any Disney Channel episodes about quarantines, please let me know in the comments down below because I would be really curious to check those out. But this episode overall is a really fun one, and I think it would be a good one to watch while in quarantine. Cece has this whole plot line where she goes on this date with this guy who's blind, who's like a really nice guy, but I'm pretty sure is like never mentioned again in the show, which kind of sucks. But the whole plot line with Cece and her being like too self-absorbed was really funny, and then all of the quarantine clips as well with Rocky were just great. So yeah, I would recommend giving this episode a watch if you've never watched it because I really enjoyed it.
Why don't you try some of the clothes up there? It's stuff I thought about wearing, but never actually touched.
Ooh, I like this blue sweater.
Can almost get it.
I'm gonna need a suitcase to carry all this stuff.
Oh, grab it out of luggage land.
Okay. Uh-oh. The clothes avalanche seems to have broken the handle off the door. Is there another way out?
Oh.
Help! Help! Did I mention that you're gonna miss the new spring fashions coming out? Help! Help! Please! I'm always complaining about my life. But right now, I realize it's been pretty good.
Of course it is. You have a great life.
You think so?
Yeah. Look at all the people who like you. And they must like you for you, since you're poor and hideously dressed.
Thank you. Well, people like you too, London.
Yeah, but I'm rich. And when you're rich, you never know if people like you for you or your stuff.
Well, I don't like you for your stuff. In fact, I hate your stuff. It's the reason why we're trapped in this closet.
Well, how about this? There's no one I'd rather spend my last moments with.
London! London!
Expose me! Out of my way! Oh.
So this episode was one of the first ones that came to mind for me when I was thinking about like episodes where people get trapped places. I just feel like I know this episode like forwards and backwards. It must be because they played it so many times on Family Channel when I was growing up. But I gotta say, it is a really good episode, and it does have that classic moment where two people are stuck somewhere where they're kind of at odds with each other sometimes, and so they share this like really good heartfelt moment that just makes everything worth it, and it kind of like shows why they maybe needed to be trapped together in the first place. And that's actually one of the main reasons why I chose to include this episode specifically, because This Way Live on Deck actually has a lot of trapped episodes as well, where they're like trapped places. Like they get trapped in London's like shoe submarine at one point, or they get trapped in like the North Pole or something at another point. But I just feel like none of those episodes really compare to this one, just because none of them really have the same dynamic that Maddie and London had together that just make this episode so good and so well done. And so yeah, definitely go watch it if you haven't seen it. And if you have seen it, go watch it again, because what's a better time to do that than now? Yeah, it's a really fun episode and I highly recommend it.
Los encontré. ¿Son estos?
Sí, son esos, oye.
Bueno, viste que me necesitabas porque los encontré yo.
Ay, qué insoportable que eres, en serio, Mateo. No, es que me lo vas a recordar toda la vida, ¿verdad?
Creo que sí.
Bueno, ya vámonos. Gary debe estar por cerrar. Mateo, no puedo abrir.
Es que no tenés fuerza. Me parece que tenés que ir un poquito más al gym.
Pero
bueno,
te estoy diciendo que no puedo abrir, en
agarra
serio.
la cajita. No, para. Me parece que nos quedamos trabados.
No, me parece que tienes que empezar a ir al gym, ¿eh? Mira, te voy a explicar mi plan.
¿Qué?
Viste que hay un espacio aquí, ¿no?
Ok.
Bueno, y es bastante amplio. O sea, bueno, no tanto, pero yo puedo pasar por ahí, puedo subir y entonces puedo buscar ayuda.
No vas a pasar por ahí porque es muy chiquito el espacio.
Mateo, ¿cómo que no seas pesimista, oye? Voy a subir por ahí y voy a buscar ayuda
Bueno,
y
hacemos
ver,
así,
para
hacemos
ver el
así.
video.
Yo como caballero, como chico fresa, me voy a arriesgar por el equipo y además como que no voy a dejar que una dama se lastime.
Mateo, no cabes por ahí. No cabes, eres una persona muy alta y no vas a poder.
tienes razón.
En serio, yo voy a ir, A ver, ayúdame, haz
Bueno,
algo.
te ayudo.
So this would probably be one of my favorite Luteo moments of all time. I just love everything about it. I think it is adorable and really well done. I love how in the beginning they're kind of like bantering with each other, and then they have that really good heartfelt moment where Mateo apologizes for the way he's been acting lately. And then obviously when he catches her and they're like staring at each other and it's like super duper intense, but then Nina and Jasmine come in and interrupt it and then kind of like tease them in a way for being trapped in the first place, which I just think is really funny. Soy Luna has a couple moments too where people are trapped places, like Luna in season 1 getting trapped in the classroom, and then Simon getting trapped in a van, which is iconic. But I think this one's probably my favorite, mainly because of Luteo, but also just because I think it's a really great scene. And now that I'm thinking of it, it's kind of funny how similar this one is to the Violetta one, because they're both about a ship, and then obviously because Ruggiero's in them. It is kind of cool to compare Ruggiero in like both of those scenes, because I think it's clear that he does a much better job in this one, so it's cool to see his progression in a way. And I might be a little bit biased with putting this one higher than the Violetta one, because as you guys know, Luteo is my favorite ship of all time, but I also just think it is such a good scene and slightly better than the other one, but the other one's still good too.
Wait a minute, then why were you two hugging?
Oh, I was just thanking Raven for keeping my secret. And that's when we both had the same vision.
Yeah, which is what I've been trying to tell you. I saw Rainbow and she said she can't do the show.
What? Why not? Where is she?
I have no clue, but I feel if Ben and I put our powers together and really focus on Rainbow, we'll be able to find her.
Okay, well, just do whatever you have to do.
Okay, Chels, we're gonna need to hug.
Ray, that is so sweet.
Not you, Chels. Me and Ben.
Just hurry up.
Okay.
Finally, I saw Rainbow.
Yeah, and Eddie.
What? Where are they?
I don't know. It was too blurry, man.
Oh, come on. Isn't there something you guys can do, you know, to make the vision stronger?
I hate to say this, but I had a vision and I think I know what we have to do.
Okay, well, what is it?
We're gonna need to kiss.
We are?
Maybe you missed the part where he said he liked me.
Charles, this is just business, okay? It's the only way to get the vision strong enough so that we can actually see where Rainbow and Eddie are.
Okay, okay. I mean, if it's the only way to save the concert.
Ready?
I just wanted to be first. Proceed.
Oh, finally.
Rainbow and Eddie are locked in the supply closet.
Which closet?
Yeah, I don't know. So you guys are gonna need to check out all of them, and I'll go mellow out the veg hits.
So this episode would probably be one of my favorite That's a Raven episodes of all time, because I just think it is so well done. And I actually debated including it at first because like the main thing I care about in the episode really has nothing to do with anybody being trapped anywhere, because I care about the drama with Chelsea and Ben and Raven, and just everything with that was just so well done, and I just love everything about it. And so I just had to include it. And if you haven't seen this episode, I think that now is the great time. So go check it out on Disney+. It's really good. So I usually don't include Life with Derek on my list just because they're not like official Disney Channel, but this episode is just too good not to include, and I think any Casey and Derek shipper would agree that this moment is just so iconic for them in their story arc and just the show overall. Like this episode has really stood out in my mind after all these years as definitely being one of the best ones, which says a lot because it's only like the 3rd episode in the show or something. I love how they show their dynamic throughout this episode, like how in the beginning they're fighting with each other and then they have that really good heart-to-heart moment. It's just such a good episode, and I really would recommend, if you've never watched Life with Derek, to give it a watch. I think you can find all the episodes on YouTube. And so yeah, it might not be like official Disney Channel, but I make the rules and it's my list, and so we're including them.
What are you gonna say when you see him? Sup? 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 It's the one. Let's go.
Ladies, I am not a sneaky peeker. I am just looking for my giant rabbit.
Joey, get out of the girls' locker room!
Oh, whoa.
Joey, what did you just do?
What? No, I didn't mean to do that. You startled me, so I just jumped back like this. Oh.
Are we
are you so upset? Oh, I found Fat Neck. Hey, Fat Neck, I am saved. Just gotta get him to dump truck. Oh, we can't get out. Now I get it. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. That's my bad.
So I feel like you guys know how I feel about Maddie and Diggy at this point, but for those of you that are new here, I will let you know. And how I feel is that I don't like Diggy and that Josh is superior in every way, shape, or form. But I will say that Maddie and Diggy do have a lot of entertaining storylines together, and I think that this is just an example of one of them. Similar to That's a Raven, I kind of debated including this one just because they're not really trapped for very long. Like basically Willow comes in and saves them. But the scene itself is just so funny not to include, and then that cliffhanger was just so well done that I had to include it. And it is just such a memorable moment that it had to be number 2. And so that's where it is.
Jerry, what's going on? I don't like this.
I don't know. Everybody, let's get out of here. Ah! This way. Ah! Back!
Good morning, Russo family. I'm Agent Lambwood from... Well, I can't tell you because it's a secret department of the U.S. government. We've had your family under surveillance for months.
Oh no, Dad. They found out that our sodas are mostly ice.
We know you're wizards.
Can I offer you some ice with a splash of soda and talk about how ridiculous that is?
Not at $3.85 a cup, you can't. Take them away.
What? Oh, wait, no, I need to get a note for school.
I know how much is in the register, and I expect it to be there when I get back. What's the yellow pedal for?
I will not panic. I will not panic. I will not panic.
So there seems to be a trend with these last few episodes, and that is that I was unsure if I should include them at first because this one in particular, like, is so different from the other ones. Like, being trapped at a secret government facility is definitely a lot more of a higher stakes situation than, like, just being trapped inside a closet with your crush. But I feel like because it is such a higher stakes situation, that just makes it the perfect material for the #1 spot. Also, it's one of my favorite Wizards of Waverly Place episodes of all time. Like, I think this finale, like, I know I just said that the Liv and Maddie finale was good, but this one's on, like, a whole other level in terms of, like, good finales. And so I think we could all benefit from giving this episode another watch because it's so funny and just so good. And so yeah, if you haven't seen it, oh my goodness, what are you doing? How have you not seen this episode? But also, if you haven't seen it recently, go rewatch it because it's really good. And so that is my #1 quarantine Disney Channel episode. I want to know what yours is, so don't forget to leave that in the comments down below. Again, I hope you guys are all doing well, practicing social distancing and washing your hands. Anyways, guys, my name is Caitlin. You can follow me everywhere at Kate Loves Disney. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on that bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. But that's all I have to say for today. I hope you'll have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you very, very soon. All right, well, anything to say to the people? You guys wanted to make a cameo?
Wash your hands and don't touch your face.
Yeah, don't touch your face.
Don't touch your face.
We don't want to risk.
Also, stay home.
Don't do it.
Stay home. Self-isolate.
Please.
Bye. Goodbye.